Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Franchise Frenzy. This time it's the part 8s. I'm actually recording this on the 5th of August. Uh, so I have 5 films left, and I don't have any to show you. Actually, I do, but I watched them all on streaming because I didn't think I had any of them. It turned out I did have one of them, and I got pretty irritated about that, but I'll show you that in a moment. So, real quick, let's just run over them. Tearing my office apart. I'm really making an effort today to get it done. So this, hopefully, when you come back, when you see this, this room will look a lot different because I'm actually recording this on the 5th, as I said. Anyway, the part 8s. Okay, let's start with number 5. I have 5 franchises left. It's going to be Day of the Dead 2007. I had seen this film before. I didn't really like it. Thought it was weird that Ving Rhames was in it. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything. But I just decided for the Dead franchise, as loosely connected as it is, I would go with Romero's second trilogy and the remakes in name, at least. I don't. So that's what I did. So, yeah, it's a weird film. For a film called Day of the Dead, it seems to start over at the beginning of an outbreak, and it's almost like more like infected than zombies. Although they do use the word zombie, which you're not really supposed to do. Strange, mixed bag of effects. It wasn't all bad. I didn't really like any of the characters, and not in the way that like Day of the Dead had unlikable characters. You like to hate those characters. These characters were just unlikable with some really bad dialogue. Some of Nick Cannon's dialogue is bad. It's really bad. Just a strange film. Don't really like it. Next, number 4 surprised me. I didn't know this, but Puppet Master: The Legacy. Well, let's just say this. Let me start at the end. They have a little thing at the end where they thank everybody that has worked on the Puppet Master franchise up to that point. So that was meant to be the end of the Puppet Master franchise, apparently. So with The Legacy is essentially a clip movie. It's a clip movie. So the fact that a clip movie beat Day of the Dead tells you something. It's pretty entertaining for a clip movie. You know, they have a little device where a woman is trying to get the secret formula from the guy who's the custodian of the puppets, which is the young kid from Puppet Master 3. So she comes in, tries to get the formula. She's got a gun on him, and he basically starts telling the whole story. So they go back and have clips from all the movies, some of which I've just seen recently, but I kind of had already forgotten. I forgot how Richard Lynch died in the third one, and that was supposed to, that's kind of a memorable part of that one. So I actually kind of enjoyed watching it, like sitting there and watching it. I was never bored, despite the fact that these were clips of films that I started watching back in January. Okay? And it's an hour and 25 minutes, so it kind of goes by quickly. So number 4, Puppet Master: The Legacy. Number 3, I didn't think I had this. I thought I had the remake of Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street on it, like a double feature, but there's a third movie on here, Freddy vs. Jason. So I could have watched it. I streamed it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Freddy vs. Jason, number 3. It was okay. After all these years, I finally saw it. I had seen reviews of it. I had seen clips of it. I had heard a lot of mixed things. And I think that's about the best thing you can say. That some parts of it were okay. I don't, there's not much more to say. It was okay. It was somewhat entertaining. Again, very unlikable characters, but not in that good way. You know what I mean? Anyway, Freddy vs. Jason, number 3. Number 2 was kind of a surprise. I had heard mixed things about this film too, and I haven't been overly kind to this entire franchise on Franchise Friendly. It's been hit or miss for me. But The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I thought we were going to get a lot of courtroom scenes, but you get very little of that. It's actually a pretty good story about a haunting, and they talk about the difference between a possession and a haunting, and a cult, and it's pretty good and actually pretty poignant in parts as the Warrens are getting a little older, and you see Ed Warren has a heart attack, and now he's having a little trouble moving around, and they're concerned about his health. It hits home a little bit if you're starting to get up there in years, and it was actually pretty good. I did enjoy it. Now, when the crap hit the fan at the end, I was, as I often am in these films, almost like a little detached. Like, not as excited as I don't think I should have been. The Conjuring works for me. La Llorona works for me. I don't know why some of the other ones really don't. I actually like the whole film, but the ending was good. It just didn't excite me as much as perhaps it should have for reasons. I don't really understand it. but pretty good film though. Number 2, Conjuring 3, Devil Made Me Do It. Number 1, wow, this was a pretty good one. What a bounce back this was. Jigsaw. Okay, very excited about this. I'm pleasantly surprised. I hadn't heard anything about it. A lot of the recent ones I kind of had been hearing bits and pieces about, got mixed up in my head. I didn't hate the 7th one, Saw 3D, but it was quite a step down from Saw 6, which I think is one of my favorites. This is more like a return to form. I love the setting, the farm setting. I like the way they worked in Tobin Bell again. There's some clever stuff going on there. Acting is not always top-notch. I gotta be honest with you, in these films. Some of it's pretty good. Some of it's okay. But a really pretty good film. You know, I'm very excited for the next films. So that's my top 5. Speaking of the next month, I am excited. Well, that doesn't count anymore. I already wasted the chance to show that. But I do have... I don't have that many, actually. I've got the next 2 Saw films, so I'm excited to finally own the next 2. Now I got to fill in the gaps. And I do have the last film in Romero's second trilogy, Survival of the Dead. So I'll have to get a hold of or stream the other films. But that's it. What do you guys think of my Part 8s? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll catch you the last Friday of September for the Part 9s. Okay, but until next month when I do the Part 9s, come back again. I think I'm actually going to start ranking some of these franchises, Subspecies, Pumpkinhead, some of the ones that have already dropped off the rankings because they only had a certain amount of installments. And I think it'll be kind of fun to do that. Hammer's Frankenstein series especially. So come back for those videos in between. But last Friday in September will be the Part 9s of Franchise Frenzy. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Later.